Loan assumptions are when you have a seller who has an assumable loan and a buyer who wants to assume that loan. Now, why is this a big deal? Because interest rates are up here and the loan that's assumable probably has an interest rate down here. So if rates today are at 6%, then you're looking at interest rates that are going to be significantly lower than that. You're looking at interest rates that are maybe at 3% from a couple years ago, and it'd be very attractive for a buyer to get a 3% interest rate. And so you say, hey, I got a buyer that wants to buy this $500,000 home, and he wants to assume the loan that the seller currently has. That's two major issues with this, which is how do you cover the difference between the current loan amount and the purchase price, and how long does it take to complete the process? So simple math. If the current owner owes $350,000 on their mortgage and the buyer wants to buy it for $500,000, you cannot increase the amount owed on that mortgage. So it's owed $350,000. Maybe it's a 3-year loan, 3 years into a 30-year loan. So the buyer is saying, I'm taking on the remaining 27 years. They're keeping the terms identical, including the fact that there's only 27 years left. The bank is simply transferring who's responsible from the current owner to the new person. But the bank's not loaning any extra money at that lower interest rate. So you either have to have the cash to cover the difference between the balance on the current mortgage and what the seller wants to get for the home, or you have to take out a loan for it. Hard to get second mortgages right now, especially if you have less than 20% down payment. So it means you got to cover at least the first 20%, and maybe you can get a second mortgage to cover the rest of it. But the final piece is this process is not handled by a loan originator like myself. It's handled by the customer service department at that bank. Now, what does that mean? It means that the customer service department is going to take the time that they have to get it done. The last one that I actually heard about started in January, and the customer service department that handled it said, yeah, we'll be done, we think, in May. That's a 4-month escrow from start to finish. So very, very important to understand what you're getting yourself into when you're doing this type of a loan. Is it's not handled by your local lender. It's handled by the customer service department of the bank that holds the loan right now. So it can be a very, very time consuming process. And most of the time they have to be owner occupied.